Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Ocean Deep Fishing, and I am your host, Ed Froelich. So today, I wanted to do something a little different than I haven't done before. I wanted to show you my 5 top things that I like to use with or on the boat. And it's one of these things that some of them are kind of like you wouldn't even think of, that it would be on my top 5, but they really are. And we're going to get into this and I'm going to explain why each one of these. All right. I'm going to roll that intro and we'll get right into the video after that.
Woo! Go babies, go! Oh, the red snapper. Becky's got a nice fish. Woo! Look at that. That's one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Look at that, 16 inches. That is a nice. All right, well, it took a while, but I finally got a dang fish today. We're almost ready to go home. Let's take us down.
Alright guys, so we're going to do these 5 top things of mine that I really like using or that I have to use on the boat or with the boat. And we're going to start, it's no particular order, but I'm going to show you my 5 top things. So the first one I'm going to show you is, so this may sound funny, but I've had porta potties on all my boats that I've pretty much ever had. And this little thing right here amazed me how well it hides the mask of any stench that you would get on these porta potties. Now, one of the things I did last month that really impressed me is we got off the boat, it was cleaning up, it was stormy, we had to cook dinner, so I had left the porta potty. I took the porta potty off the boat and set it aside and meant to clean it, but had forgotten about it. And of course, life gets busy. So 2 weeks later, when I'm out there running around the yard doing stuff, I see the porta potty still there. I'm like, oh my God, it's been like 2 weeks. Heat, 80, 85 degrees every day. So I'm like, I'm not even looking forward to opening this thing. Well, you know what? I opened that thing and it was just as fresh as the first day with nothing in it. So these really impressed me. Now I know if you guys have campers and other porta potties that you use on your boat, a lot of times you use that blue chemical. I can't remember the name of it right now, but trust me, this works 100% better. One of my highly recommended, this is my second time I bought this product, and it's, they're just capsule forms. It's not a powder, it's just this capsule. Be careful you store these things where it doesn't get wet, because the plastic around here disintegrates in water. Get your water in your porta potty, get it ready, just drop one of these in the bottom and boom. Anyway, enough of that. That's my #1 pick that I will not go without when I have a porta potty. You know how I love catfish so much, right? Okay, well, I watched a video, well, it's going back a few years ago, and I saw this dehooker this guy had. I'm like, you know what? I am going to get one of those just specifically so I don't have to touch this damn catfish. So this is what I got. It's a dehooker. It works really well. It's light handle. Now my little cord broke. Very inexpensive compared to other things you buy. My top-notch go-to when I'm fishing, I have that by my side all the time. And it's not only for catfish, but that's the reason I bought it, because I hate trying to get those catfish and not, try not to get poked by them. So this, I can just lean them on the side of the boat, get the hook, and boom, off it goes. Anyway, that's #2. My #3 favorite that I like to use is a fishing belt. I have a couple of them. I have a big one that just goes around your waist. It has a movable gimbal where you can put your rod in there. But I come to find out I like this a lot better. You can just put the rod in it, put it against your waist, and it, instead of the pole sticking you, or I have the little rubber round sleeve that you put on bottom that has like a little ball on it over there. But this puts pressure on your whole midsection all the way across instead of just a point that points in your gut when you're fighting a fish. And so anyway, I like that. Salty Strikes bought that for his wife. I don't know if you know Salty Strikes. If you haven't, go over and see his channel. He's got a good channel. He's out of New Smyrna Beach. But anyway, he bought that for his wife, and I looked at it online, and I went and bought one for myself, and I'm glad I did. So that is number 3 of my top 5 that I use on the boat. Okay, going to number 4. I've looked around. I had a couple of them that were kind of cheap, but I found this one over here that I really like. It's from Magma. It's Magma cutting board. Very well, hard construction. On the back side, it has the piece that you put into your rod holder right in there. It's a lever here, so it's multiple positioning, so you can put it on an angle, in the boat, out of the boat, sideways, however you want to position it. It's really good. It has a place right up here to put 2 knives and maybe a pair of pliers. So it's good for cutting bait, especially like when we're fishing offshore and a school of mahi come around or whatever. I just throw some bait fish on there. You can cut them up real quick and pitch it out. So, and it's very well built. I like that. So that's my number 4 pick that I need on the boat. Last and not least, I have my 5th pick. And this is important. If you guys have a boat and you don't have storage to keep the boat under out of the sun, you want to cover your boat up, I'm going to show you this cover I have, and I highly recommend this brand. I'm not a sponsor of this brand, but I've had several different covers from my old boat to this boat. My first one I had was kind of like a cheap $200, almost like one of those gray or blue tarps you get at Walmart, but it was a little thicker. That only lasted about 8 months, and then when you're pulling it tight to go around the boat, it would rip because of the sun beating down on it all day. And then I stepped up and I paid, I want to say I paid almost $500 for a Sunbrella material 2-piece, because I had a center console, so I had a 2-piece. I wanted to cover the whole boat, but I couldn't find one to go over the whole console and come down, so I bought this 2-piece one that had zipper in the middle, so you had to put the front on and the back on and zipper it up, and then it had ties that you would tie it to the stanchions that held up your hard top. I had a canvas top on my T-top, so I didn't want the sun rays and that beating on down on that, but unfortunately I couldn't find one to fit over the whole thing, so I had to come up underneath it and strap it underneath, so the top material was always in the sun with the UV rays and stuff over there. You know, I sold the boat before I actually had to replace it, but I'm sure after 2 or 3 years you're going to have to replace that too, just because it sits out in the sun all day getting beat up. Alright, so I'm going to take you out and I'm going to show you the cover I have. Alright, so this is the cover I'm using on my boat right now. I've had it for just over 2 years now, and I've been using it every day. My only one complaint, if I had to have a complaint, would be that it faded really fast in the sun as far as the color goes. They make a gray one, and that's the one I wanted, but they were out of stock, and I didn't want the boat sitting out. They said it was going to be 4 to 5 months before they got it restocked, and I didn't want it sitting out the boat in the sun, so I went ahead and opted for the blue. But as far as the material goes and the quality of this top, you can't beat it. So what I like about it is these straps that are sewn in go completely all the way around the boat to the other side, where my other ones, they were only sewn, you only had about a 12-inch piece over here, and then it had a clamp to clamp it down. These go continuously all the way around to the other side. It's got a great elastic piece of heavy-duty like rope elastic, which keeps it tugged nice and snug to the boat. And it's about every
every 3.5 foot you have these tie downs. Now I have straps right now. Just the way the weather is now, it holds really good without the straps. But if you get some weather or some wind coming, I have straps that go into here, and they go around the bottom of the trailer and come up on the other side, and it really holds well. And you can see it covers my motor, so I don't have to buy a separate motor cover over there. It goes all the way up and covers over my T-top, so I don't have a fiberglass hard top like a lot of the new boats coming out today have. This is a vinyl, so it keeps the UV rays from going over there. And you can see on the very top it has air pockets to let the air flow over there, and it holds really well. I'm very pleased with this. And this, even though it faded, and the material is still nice and strong, like you can tug on that thing, there's no ripping. It doesn't even feel like it would even rip. The threads that they use on here are all nice and tacked. There's none of this, like a lot of times the other ones, the thread would come apart and it'd be like this little part, 2 inches, would be detached from the material. So far this is just over 2 years old. I don't see any sign of that coming up there. Now this particular, my boat's a 22 foot, but this covers from 22 foot to 24 foot. And I bought this particularly a little bigger because my thought was I was eventually going to get a 24 foot boat, and it would keep me from having to buy an additional or another cover. And this thing is, compared to others, like I paid a lot for that Sunbrella one, and I paid like $200 less for this one, and it's, in my opinion, it's 3 or 4 times better than the Sunbrella one. So anyway, that's the look on it. This is just a short little video I wanted to bring out to you guys on just some of the things that I use on the boat that I like a lot, and I wanted to pass it on to you. I'm not a sponsor of any of these things that I showed you. It's just something personal that I found, and I use it a lot. And like I've told you in other videos, I wouldn't recommend anything unless I've used it a lot and I really like it. I wouldn't waste my money nor your money to brag about something that's not very well built and doesn't last you a long time. We work really hard for our money, so we want something that's going to last. And these 5 things that I've showed you, I've had for over 2 years, and everything is still working fine on them, and I'm impressed with them. So that's why I thought I'd bring this to you. So that's it for the video. If you would like to look at any of these products, I'm going to have a link in the description of these 5 products, and only these 5 products on this particular video. But if you want to see any of my other equipment that I have, any of my videos, I have a full list of all the equipment. So you can go to any of my other videos, and I have a whole list of everything that I use on the boat and equipment that I use here in the garage. That's from my line, my lures, my hooks, my rods and reels, any equipment that I use on a daily basis when we're out fishing will all be listed in any of the other videos. But just so it's quicker, I'm just going to list these 5 things on this video. And it's an Amazon link. You can go right to Amazon. If you purchase it, I get a small little commission, and it doesn't cost you any more money than if you would have went on Amazon itself and bought it. So anyway, hope you liked this video. If you have a comment on any of these products, or if you use any of these products, or if you use one that you think might be better than these products, leave a comment in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if you would. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We are and if you have a fishing buddy that might be interested in these products, by all means share this video with them. I appreciate it. Put it on your social media. Speaking of social media, I'm on Facebook, Ocean Deep Fishing, and I'm on Instagram, One Fish Too Big, if you'd like to follow along on anything that comes up. All right, enough of my talking. Thank you for watching the video. You take care, God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.